vehicle is safely raised and supported, we're going to come right under here to the oil filter. Remove the oil filter. That's going to give us better access to where the cooler lines are. So we'll just... It's right out of here. Got our nice recycling bucket here. The next thing we're going to do is remove this bolt right here. Use your 18mm, loosen up this top bolt here. See if this moves. It moves, it just doesn't move where I need it to. There we are. Let's use our 15mm. We're going to remove the both of these, and then we're going to loosen this one and loosen the one on the other side. Looks like we don't have to loosen them. Even better. Now if you look up along the front or the top of the front differential, you're going to see a bracket that holds your two oil cooler lines together. On the driver's side of that, the area that you can't physically see, there's a 13mm nut. We're going to remove that nut completely. There's the nut. Let's see about getting off the back side of that bracket. Put those two together, set them aside. If you come underneath the skid plate, you're going to be able to see this wire tie. Go ahead and snip that right off of there. So once I broke it free with the wrench, I'm just going to use my pliers because it's much easier to just continue grabbing this way. We'll get this line completely off of here and then we can move along to the top. Feels like it's pretty close. There we go. If you look right along here, you're going to see a little plastic lip. There should be another one right here. Ours is broken, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to squeeze the one lip that I can and the line together, apply a little bit of pressure, and then we're going to try to get this off of here. Well, this is going to be pretty stuck, so I'm just going to use a little hammer. I'm going to give it a bonk and see if it pops free. There we are. Compare the new fitting to the old, and if you look at it, you're going to notice that the old fitting didn't go in all the way. You don't screw it in until it bottoms out completely. You only go in about halfway up those threads. So make sure you have a little bit of the gasket on there, the gasket maker. It comes with it, so that's great. Now we're going to install it. Just keep in mind that you don't necessarily bottom it completely out. Start it in there by hand. Use your 1-inch socket with ratchet. It's going to take a little while, but just turn it right in there. Okay, that feels good right there. I'm just going to take a look. Yeah, looks like I'm about halfway down the threads. That's perfect. So now we're just going to grab this little plastic piece by squeezing the ears and we'll pull it right out of there. At this point, this is going to slide right over the top of that line. There it is. Slides right over. You can see that the ears went over the nub on the line. Super important. Make sure this is nice and clean, and then we're going to slide it in. Okay, it's lined up. Push it right in. Make sure you give it a nice tug. If it comes right out, you know it's not locked in. This feels great. Put this back on here. The next thing we want to do is put the oil filter on here. It's a great idea to do the oil change while you're at doing all this. If you are, of course, you want to replace the oil filter and then put a little bit of lubricant on the O-ring. This is just a test vehicle, so I'm just going to put this one back on. I cleaned down the O-ring and add a little bit of lubricant. Now it's time to get this bracket back on here with, of course, our 13mm nut. It goes right up here to this bracket and it holds both those lines. Should go through the hole. Now we're going to put the bolt on the other side and we'll snug it up. Okay, that's nice and tight. The lines are secure. All right, so we removed a wire tie from up here, so let's go ahead and put one back on. That's just going to keep these lines so they're right up against each other, not moving around too much. Trim off the excess, of course.